What's going on, everybody? I'm Kitt Kiarie. Welcome to another video. Today I am joined by my mom and Martin. It's going to be lit. If you're not following me on Instagram, what actually are you doing? I'm going to give you some time. Do that right now. We have really good discussions on there. Stuff about marriage, sex, family, like just lit things. I'm a lit person, as you can tell. Anyway, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to give it a good thumbs up and subscribe down below. Let's get into the video.
Well, we've known each other since 2004, so that is 16 years.
Me and you, or you and Kitt?
Me and Kitt, and also me and you, because we met when we met.
Oh yeah, because you're in high school. Yes, yeah,
Martin
you used
Mark.
to come and yeah. Martin, the Mercedes.
The Mercedes.
Yes, used to come and hang out with her other friends at my house. Yes.
So that was 2004. So that's 16 years now.
16 years. How long have I been your mother-in-law?
My mother-in-law since 2000 and was it
11?
Yeah. So that is 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Was I your mother-in-law before that?
Actually,
16 years.
Yeah.
When did I start being your mother-in-law?
You know, when we first interacted, when I interacted with your parents' kid, your dad was very easy. You were a bit. Maro was who is this guy? So I remember when I realized the relationship started was the days of the cabbages.
Okay, let's talk. I remember the cabbages, and I remember Salome really laughing and about you bringing cabbages. Salome was the maid then.
Yeah.
Okay, talk about the cabbages.
So I used to, after high school, my first hustle was to sell cabbages. I used to sell them in the market and at Fresh and Juicy of Nakuma. So the farm was in Limuru, Roni, which I used to pass Mountain View, where you guys live on Tiongo. So every time I go to the farm, after I've harvested and I'm on my way back home, I pass by to say hi to Kitt, and then I come and I give you cabbages. Very big cabbages. Those are some of the most humongous cabbages that I ever received from anybody, or that I ever saw. What did that? How did that land for you when this random guy is coming to bring you cabbages?
Well, at that time you were sweet and Kitt, and I was watching you and actually thinking that you are very entrepreneurial. For such a young man. So I was really impressed because you are all of 1920.
Yes, 1920.
Yeah, and you were running that farm on your own. Yes, and able to produce a lot of cabbages, enough to supply in the market. And they were huge. They were beautiful cabbages. And you'd stop by and give me some of those cabbages. So those were my watching days. I was watching you.
You're watching me.
I was watching you.
And shout out to my hustler siblings, Winnie, Norman, who assisted in the whole cabbage hustle. Oh,
they working alongside you?
They were there.
Oh, but of course you were pretending to be working alone so that you could impress.
I could impress you guys. I remember Norman trying to brake on the pickup that had no brakes. Anyway, Sema. Anyway. Yeah, so that was when I first noticed the relationship. When I realized that okay, you know, I'm connecting with Maro, and now
what's Maro?
Maro is mother-in-law in Luo.
Yeah, it's important that
the listeners
know that that's what Martin calls me. He calls me Maro
with such endearment. And you know, actually, it's weird because when I meet you and I'm so excited, some of my friends are like, "Hey, but you know, that's your mother-in-law. You know, how are you so excited?"
Yes.
And even it's like you're calling your friend. And I found that weird. Even some of my family members were, I remember, they were very shocked, even when we used to come for those functions to get Kitt. They were very surprised at how close and how easily we related.
Yeah, I'd known you for long, Martin. You know, well, I'll just say this straight out. When I first noticed you, it's because you came with the other young girls and boys who are kids' friends, and you'd come to hang out at our house. But Martin, you had a red Mercedes, and it was really posh.
It was Apollo, actually.
Yes.
The Mercedes was grey, but anyway.
But what was that red car?
It was Apollo.
Red car. It was Apollo.
Yeah.
It was so classy.
Yeah.
Anyway, you'd turn up with whatever color that Mercedes is.
Yes.
For me, it's many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I started calling you Martin the Mac. Yes. And when Kitt told me to stop calling you that's when I realized there must be something happening. Because why is she protesting what I'm referring to her friend as?
I did not, Kitt. I had no idea.
Yes, when she said, no, Mom, don't call him Martin the Mac. I was like, oh,
she's protecting
the guy. And why is she protecting him?
Alikuwa amenilike. And you know, one thing I must say is, you know, I have never felt like an in-law. And I remember some of my fondest memories, even before we got married. There was a time I don't know where we were coming from, but I remember we were on Langata Road. And we were together. I think it's those times maybe you're going for a wedding and then I come along to spend time with Kitt. Then I used to live in what was that place called in Langata? I forgot. I used to live in Langata.
Southlands
in Langata. And I was sick. Do you remember? I was feeling sick. And I remember it being very strange because just as you guys said you'd drop me. So just as we're supposed to be turning off Langata Road to go into Langata, you said, no, let's go home with this guy. I take care of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then...
Oh, I'm a really nice person, aren't I?
Oh my God! Wow!
Please note, I'm a boyfriend, huh? And then I remember we stopped at a chemist. So I was lying down, I was like asleep, but we stopped at a chemist. You bought medicine. You gave me medicine that night. I slept in the guest room. And then the following morning, you came and checked. How are you feeling? I was like, hey, you know. And that's when I really realized, because they say, I don't know who they is. It's
the grandfathers who are dead, who are still
controlling us who are alive.
Yes.
They say that, the relationship should be at a certain respectful distance.
Yes.
But that's when I realized you don't hit the hand that's reaching out to give love to you. So I remember that was the day I decided these things over at you can't sleep over at your in-laws or you can't call your mother-in-law Maro.
Yes. Yes.
I decided now I'm choosing the relationship I want as opposed to
yes.
going with what society has told me I should work with.
Well, Kitt's dad was a lot lighter in terms of relating with you than I was. And I don't know why. I was checking you out. Yes. And then Martin, I was also thinking, Kitt is this really lovely, outgoing girl. And here is a guy from a culture who will not be lyricking her. Yeah, he wouldn't be calling her those...
And now what does he call me?
He calls you Jabber. Yes. Yeah, now
he calls me Jabs.
Lyrics have nothing to do with culture.
I know.
It is a person.
I know. It turns out. But when I really got to know you even more was when Kitt's... You were in college in the UK already.
Yeah.
And Kitt's dad came and spent some time with you.
Yes.
There in the UK. He was coming to work in London.
Yes.
And then he called you. He said, you come down from where? Were you? In Bristol.
Yeah.
And he said, come down, let's spend time together. And you spent time with him, and he really was pleased to have spent time with you. And then the next family holiday, in first we had 2 holidays.
Yes.
One we had in Naivasha.
Yeah.
He invited you to come alone. No, I
Yes.
invited
You invited me,
I
yes.
invited you to come for the
Ulienda
family
in
holiday.
Shapai.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So you came and joined the family holiday.
Yeah.
And then I really got to know you some more when Kitt's dad told me, I've invited Martin to come and join us in the Dala holiday. So you came with us to the village.
Yes.
That one changed a lot of perspective in the village, because I remember Kitt's uncles and aunts coming and saying, we must see this brave young man who has come to stay with his potential future in-laws at this time. And
Oh,
they
it was
were
a big thing.
It was a big thing. They were so impressed, Martin. They were like, no, we must see this brave young man. This guy he is the one.
Really?
Yes, yes, yes. That's what Kina Uncle Bob and Kina Auntie Julie said. They were so pleased with you. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You learn something new every day. I'm learning a lot.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
I never knew it was a baby. I was just.
I saw you then. I saw you operating in that context.
Yes.
You don't have much to hide. You are real, you are authentic. And I come from a place where I subscribe to real and authentic.
Thank you.
And then I discovered that you too are a Christian.
Yes.
I signed along the dotted line.
You're like 20. Let's go.
He's the right guy.
And now we move from cabbages to grilled chicken.
I don't remember anything about
You
grilled
know,
chicken.
make chicken. Maro's chicken.
Yes.
So we started at cabbages, then now you subscribe,
Then-
now we're at grilled chicken.
Yes, then I would make grilled chicken because you love grilled chicken.
Yes, sir.
And you come over to the house and you eat the grilled chicken.
Kabisa.
Talk about the house in Dala. Your house.
The house in the, oh, the Simba.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but is that my story to tell or kids?
That is such an awesome story. It's everybody's story to tell. But you know, because that Simba is not expected to be there
At all.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So what do you think?
I think it's more, you guys, you know what you guys are out of the ordinary in all manners of the word. From what you stand for, how you communicate it. So I think that was one of the other actions that I think, I feel like it's too big of a story for me to tell. But what inspired me about it is, now that I'm a father, that, just choosing the relationship you want for your children, for your family, irrespective of what is supposed to be. I don't know whether that makes sense. So
what society has designed for the
Yes.
girl child.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So
Yes.
the Simba, which is the house built for the firstborn
Boy.
the firstborn boy, only.
And then
Right.
others are also built consequently for
the other boys.
Boys.
But the girl will go find her own house somewhere. And not only the Simba, in fact, the one that hit me first was the land you gave, and you guys bought your plot where you built. The plot next that you had also bought, you blessed Tawi and Kitt with it. And these are your
in the
daughters.
Nairobi Metropolitan.
In the Nairobi Metropolitan, and these are your daughters. And then, not only did you bless them, you also supported with the building. So you supported us with building the cottage that is now an Airbnb. Go and book. Moshie. And Tawi built her house. Do you know, I was so impressed with how it, like when I see Tawi walk, she's living in her own home. The confidence she has. And then you did the same in Dala, where you built Kitt Simba. It's just out of the ordinary. So for me, I've been inspired and moved as to the relationship that I am going to have with Kendi because of watching you guys and the relationship you have with Kitt and Tawi.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And Mitch, you didn't mention that.
Mitch is just hilarious. I love her. Mitch is my favorite, your child.
What? Not kids.
Kitt has moved from your child territory. I see her more as my wife
That's
than
your-
your child.
that's your person.
Yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
So Mitch is just the best. Mitch, you set up for greatness. When I saw her greatness was when we used to take her for classes with Kitt.
Ah,
Yeah, for what was those classes?
Auditions in Limuru.
In auditions in Limuru,
Yes.
when she went doing Junction Junior. And
Yes.
just seeing her. What age was she? Was she?
She
8?
was 8.
And the confidence we are dropping her, and she's going for a class, and we leave. I was like, yeah, it was really inspiring.
Yeah.
You've set up your children for greatness.
Yes.
And when I joined the family, you took the same position with me.
Yes.
When I came back from the UK, you connected me to my first gig.
Did I?
Yes, with
What was it?
Auntie Dolly. It was
Oh.
training Computer Aid International on digital marketing. And I was so nervous. And I came and I told you, Maro, I'm so nervous. I've never trained anyone on anything. And you opened your phone and showed me pictures of flip charts. I did not understand. Then you're like, what do you see? Then I was like, it's so untidy. You can't even read what's on the flip chart. And you said, yet these people have been paid a lot of money to facilitate workshops. The fact that you can see what is not there means you're already ready. And that's when I learned the statement, I'm already ready.
And you ran with it.
And I ran with it, and I aced that training, because where I am today is because of that seed. So yeah,
Fantastic.
did you know?
I don't remember, but I don't remember, Martin. But I do know that it is likely.
It is likely.
Yes.
And
So if you say it,
whenever-
then it is.
Yes, and whenever I need unlocking, I run to you and Dad very easily. Not embarrassed that I look bad to my in-laws, because I've never felt like I need to know everything.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Did Kitt's dad ever tell you the relationship he had with my mother?
Never. Well, yes.
Never. Well, yes.
Yes.
But not in detail, please. share.
Not in detail. Actually, he's probably fashioned the relationship, and my fashioning my relationship with you probably has to do with the relationship my mother had with him. They were so close that at one time she was in grave medical danger. Apparently, the rest of us didn't know, but apparently her heart was giving way, and she used to accept only one person to take her to the doctor. My mother was a medic. Yeah, she herself was a medic. But when she would go to see the heart doctor, we didn't know she was seeing the heart doctor. Only Kitt's dad would take her, and they agreed that they would not alarm the rest of the family. So when one day she suddenly died in a car accident, that's when he said, oh, we've been handling something together.
What?
That's
He didn't
how-
tell you?
He never told me. He did not tell any member of the family. The two of them would go together, and some days he would drop me in church and say, my mother, we called her Honey. She was adorable. She'd say, I'm dropping you, but I'll take Honey to the doctor. And I'd say, no, why don't we all take Honey to the doctor? And he says, no, I'm dropping you and the children in church. I will catch up with you. But it's because they had a pact.
Wow.
So they really
And it
were.
superseded you.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. I like that.
So my mother gave me a legacy through which I can relate with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of something he told me
Yes.
when I was asking for Kitt's hand in marriage. He told me, come what may, whether the marriage works or doesn't work, whatever the status of your relationship with Kitt, we are still friends.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's highly important, Martin.
Yeah.
It's so important because you are my son.
Yeah.
You're my son by virtue. You actually became his son
Yes.
before you got married.
Yes.
And he was looking out for you before you married Kitt.
Yes.
You became my son after you became Kitt's husband.
Yeah.
And for me, it's really what's crucial in this relationship is that no matter what, I look out for you. Yes. When and sometimes things are not always going in the direction that you and Kitt might want it to go. Because in every relationship, there's places where you rub each other wrong.
Yes.
And
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes Kitt comes and says, Mom, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where I go with that is not in coaching Kitt to put you down, but in coaching her to be powerful. And in coaching her to be powerful in ways that will lift you up.
Yeah, and I've experienced it.
You've
and she's
experienced
told
it?
me, like, I went, I talked to Mom, and then I'm like, and then at first there's that fear of, oh no, now my mother-in-law knows all, you know,
All manner of things.
all manner of things about. But then you can tell she's not come with, yeah, even Mom said, you know,
Yes.
it's come with now standing for the marriage.
Standing for the marriage, standing for the relationship,
Yes.
standing for her power, because sometimes it's just the lack of capacity to deal with a thing
Yeah.
that is the problem.
Yeah.
It's not so much the other person.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. If she has the capacity to deal with it, every nyef can be dealt with.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, yeah. I've just seen Arthur walking in.
Yes.
Yeah, something crucial that I remember that I really find endearing about you, Martin. When Arthur married Kitt's cousin Nadia, I remember when his family came and they were doing the negotiation and, you know, the whole traditional family marriage thing. And you welcomed Arthur. You said, Arthur, welcome into the family. You are welcoming Arthur as somebody from within the family, not standing outside of the family. Yes, Martin. The other thing you told Arthur, which for me is so endearing, is Arthur, this family is short on sons. When you come in here, you come in as a son, not as a son-in-law. So the role that you hold is a strong hold. You are not just going to be heavy. So join me in being a son in this family, because this family is short of sons.
So many girls.
Very many girls.
Very many.
Beautiful,
Beautiful girls, yeah.
daughters.
Arthur, do you remember that?
Arthur remembers, yes. It was just so beautiful. And Arthur and Martin are just amazing.
And Daddy.
And Daddy Masesa.
Brothers by love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Women, Nadia and I were exclaiming and saying, we're so clever.
Yes.
We just went and got these men from
Tanzania,
all walks of
Mombasa.
life and made them brothers.
Made them brothers. Yes.
Yeah.
Just so powerful.
They're amazing men.
Yes. And we had a tragic situation where we lost a baby. And I remember everybody had to take on a role really quickly to make things work. But you are the one person who put up your hands in the busyness of all that and said, I am going to be the person to go to the hospital and to bring that baby in the coffin for burial. Yeah, and you were alone.
Yes.
You went alone.
Yeah.
There were no hands to spare.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing something.
Yes.
But you did that very crucial thing.
Yeah.
It's a big I want to hug you
moment.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was, that was just absolutely. It's not the kind of thing a person who thinks they are a son-in-law will do. He will stand in the background and allow other things. Kitt, are you tearing?
Can you just leave me alone? Can you focus on the
Crying,
video?
Guys. But yeah, that was a special moment.
It was a special moment, and everybody was so busy. There were not many hands on board because it had to a meeting in the night, a burial in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful ceremony, and people waited, and some
I
people kept
remember,
asking,
yeah,
is
where are
Martin
you? Where are you?
alone?
Yes.
And people said, yeah, he's alone. And I called you and I said,
Are you
baby,
okay?
where are you? Are
Yeah.
you, are you okay? Who are you with? And you said, I'm with the baby
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah.
And you brought that baby home. Yes.
Yeah, that endeared me to this man,
Yeah.
because that was my daughter's baby, and it made him very, very special. And you know, he not only took on the role, but he advanced all the money towards making it happen. So, though you married my enemy.
Okay, continue. Okay, I see you, Uncle Moses.
Yeah, I just remember thinking that night when we were at Kalina's mom's house,
Yeah.
Yes.
and the someone mentioned what needed to be done, and I remember thinking, if it's not me, who is it?
Yes.
And I'm like, I'll do it.
Yes.
That's yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we had no hands to spare. It was a meeting of about 7 people.
Yeah.
So everybody has to take a role.
And I remember being because the first time I've ever,
Done
done
a
that.
thing like that.
I remember going to the hospital and being like, hey, what's this?
And I'm alone.
And I'm alone, and
Yes.
yeah, but it was a blessing to be there for you guys. It
Yes.
really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah. Martin, I value you, and I value the fact that the relationship between me and you is not one of a mother-in-law and son-in-law. We operate at 2 levels. One, you're my son, but in so many levels we operate as friends.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
really is amazing.
We're still writing the book. We're writing
Yes,
the book.
yes.
Or it will just be a vlog. We don't know. But we're doing it.
Yes.
We're doing it.
We've been intending to write a book for so long
Yes.
about being a mother-in-law and being a son-in-law.
Correct.
Yes, and we've had to break so many traditional and cultural barriers.
Yeah.
Yes.
To even get to the place of I'm thinking of writing a book with my mother-in-law.
Yes. And we can.
It will
And
happen.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Kitt will just keep hosting us. And
Yes.
keep coming back. Tell us in the comments below if we
Yes.
should come back.
Yes. And speak about this relationship and what's been working. I'm afraid I don't have anything to tell the people about what doesn't work. I don't sit around and ruminate on things that don't work.
Yeah.
I sort them out.
Yeah.
I deal with them. Martin and I are able to work as colleagues also.
Yes. We've done jobs together.
We do jobs
We've
together.
been paid together.
We've been paid
team build
together.
the training, facilitation,
Exactly.
capacity
And at
building,
that time, he doesn't call me Maror Mom. He calls me Apondi. He
yeah.
calls me by my name, because then we are operating on the platform.
Professional layer.
Yes,
Yes.
on the
Well,
platform.
Yes.
We're able to do that, and we come out shining. We do
Yeah.
a pretty
Yes.
good
People
job.
don't even know that we are
Related at all.
These are 2 amazing trainers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that. I do have some. You said you don't have. I have something to say,
Yes.
and I'll speak from my point of view, from the men's point of view.
Yes.
That we grow up with all these things that we didn't create, in terms of how you should be as a husband, how you should be as a son-in-law.
Yes.
Then you realize you didn't marry those things. You married a certain person. You married into a certain family. So really, the power of growing up as opposed to growing old is in learning to choose the relationship that you're going to have with the mother-in-law that you've acquired, with the wife you've acquired, as opposed to really forcing yourself to stick to this definition of what a man should be. And that's why marriage is so beautiful, because it forces you to grow up and choose as you go along. Okay, I now have a mother-in-law.
Yes.
This is the relationship I'm going to have. I now have a daughter.
Yes.
So, and the only person that will help you is having God in your life to give you that power to then choose, because that's the only foundation that should be firm. This foundation of, what do you call them? dead people controlling
Peer pressure.
dead people controlling
Creating peer pressure
creating
today.
peer pressure today. Just get to choose the relationship that works for you.
Yes.
That's what I'd like to tell the people who have encountered themselves with new relationships that they never had before.
Fantastic. And also, even though you have a cottage in the compound that you and Kitt built, Moshie, beautiful Airbnb, you must come. Nevertheless, you still have a bedroom in the main house.
Yes.
Yes.
We even painted that room, Kitt's room. Kitt's
Before you
former-
got married.
Before you got married. As you guys were building, I came and we were painting together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's still the colors you painted it.
Yes.
And that's where your children sleep when they're
When they
in the
come.
house.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you sleep when there's a guest in Moshie.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. And so there's a lot of non-biblical scripture around who should sleep in whose house. And I don't subscribe to it. When I come over to your house for whatever reason and I need to stay the night, I have a room in your house.
Correct.
And I sleep in your house and I wake up in the morning and you guys wake up and I've made breakfast
Yes.
and I've laid it on the table.
Yes.
Yeah, no barriers. You guys are some of my best friends. That's why I was able to go on holiday with just Kitt. A girl's escape.
To
Yeah,
Dubai.
she's my girlfriend.
Kabisa.
Yes, yes.
And what's nice is that, like, because I tend to like my space, so when I come over and let's say Kitt and the kids want to spend the night and I don't feel peer pressure. I'm like, no, me, I'll go home, guys.
Yes.
You guys spend the night. You can come tomorrow. And there's no, hi Martin or whatever. It's
And even if we say it, what do you care?
yeah, actually I don't. Because it doesn't change the relationship at all. It's an
doesn't.
opinion.
It's an opinion.
Yeah.
When I say, oh, Martin, please stay the night, and you're like, no, Mara, I'm just going.
I'm going home.
I'm like, and you still go.
Yeah. And you come back and yeah, guys are still excited to see you. So I just love that you can be.
Yes.
And we've chosen that. So
It's because we chose it.
yeah.
We did not allow the
not.
world to choose it for us.
Amen.
Yes. Hallelujah. Thanks for watching us. I hope you really enjoyed this. Martin, if they enjoyed it, what are they supposed to do?
Like and subscribe down below.
And then Martin is funny, so he doesn't
then,
only
yeah.
make Kitt laugh. Yeah. All right, guys.
What do you call ants that run off to get married?
Truant. No.
Antelope.
An antelope. We'll laugh next week. Shall we say bye?
Mwah.